Good morning, 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 guys.
Morning.
Buhle.
How are
How are
you?
you doing, my dear?
Good to see you
Good to see you.
again.
Absolutely.
Mm.
This is Buhle. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. But before I let you introduce yourself, I'm just going to tell people why I'm here and where we met. So I met this lady at an Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement conference, and she was learning how to export products to the rest of Africa. I was very inspired to see young Zimbabweans, a young Zimbabwean woman looking to find ways to export her products into Africa. How are you doing, Bush?
I'm very well, thank you.
Tell our people who you are, your surname, and what the name of your company is.
My name is Buhlebenkosi Nyathi. The name of my company is Competitive Brain Shapers that trades as CPS Manufacturing, CPS Dairy, and CPS Imports Distribution and Exports.
Now, what inspired me about Bush's story is that she is in dairy. She is in manufacturing, agro-processing. And in Zimbabwe, we're always talking about how NDS1 can only become alive when we start producing our own products. So take us through some of your products. In fact, maybe let's go and stand there, and then you can take us through some of your products that are on the...
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so these are our products. So this is our prime line from the dairy.
What?
Izangefu. The brand name is Izangefu, which is a Ndebele name that means thick like sada milk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's popularly known as Amasi in the native and Hodzeko. So this line, from it, we produce several byproducts. So the first byproduct we produce is, because we naturally brew this milk, and because we've got health claims on it, we're very careful about how we make it so that we meet or we are true to our health claims. So any milk that does not qualify that we receive, that does not qualify there, we use to make this sachet, which is commercially processed. So this one is naturally brewed. So we used to make this sachet. The reason we do is because we're growing our own dairy farmers. So we encourage them, even if you have one cow, we encourage you to bring the milk. So once we have the milk, we want to make sure we have use of it. So if it fails here, we then use it to make that sachet. And that sachet is made from whole milk and not powder. Then from there again, as we brew the zangefu, we have whey that we remove. That way we clean it up and use to make the kids' toy drink that we package in toy shells. So it's a healthy drink for kids. The kids' drink is known as popsicle. And then the residues that remain from the toy drink, which is the colors, the flavored colors, we then soak maize corn, blasted maize corn, and we make the Mamdluli's colored maputi.
Wow.
And then the excess cream, like I said, because we've got calorified health claims on the milk, so we're fussy about the amount of cream we put into the product. Whatever remains, we then make dairy gold butter, which is butter made from the fermentation process, or the cream that remains from that fermentation process. So that's it at the dairy for now. We are currently working on yogurt. We've brought in the machinery and equipment, but we're still finalizing certain things with SAZ before we unleash the yogurt into the market. Then we have a new baby. We've started a new side of the agro manufacturing side, which is a new baby. We're growing a commercial kitchen. In the commercial kitchen, these are the lines that we have released. So the idea about this commercial kitchen is to send out your healthy African, hard to cook delicacies. And what we're really selling is healthy convenience. The heart and the thrust through all the products, because CPS has got 39 lines it ultimately wants to unleash to the world. And clothed in those 39 lines is health benefits. So that's the heart and the thrust through everything that is manufactured and will be manufactured at CBS.
Brilliant, brilliant. So tell me about yourself. Give me a little history. Where do you come from? How did you get into this? And what did you study?
Okay, I'm just a common girl from
No.
Matepele who I believe personally, I believe that the difference maker in my life has been God, is God, and will always be God. So, and when I started, I had nothing but faith in God and in myself, because I started at about the age of 20.
That's business. You started business at the age of 20.
Yes, I call it business because when I set out because I told myself I want to make money and I want to make it in life. It wasn't, when I set out, it wasn't like I need money. No, I wanted more than needing
I want to make money.
I really wanted to make a difference with money.
So why didn't you look for a job if you wanted to make money?
Because it was bottling me. I did. I started there.
Yeah.
I worked,
Yeah.
but I felt stifled. I felt limited. I felt like I was wasting time, and I felt like I was not in control of my end.
Your destiny.
Yeah, I was not in control of what will then what. Then when is the next time someone will recognize I'm clever enough and they promote me? And when is the next time someone will decide I deserve a better paycheck? So I wanted to control that myself.
What?
I knew I deserved the better paycheck then. So I thought to hunt for it myself.
What did you study?
I studied food science.
Oh, so that's why all these food products.
Yes.
Okay. Where did you study your food science?
Bulawayo Poly.
Now, that's a very inspiring story for me. We are skilling our people in our polys and universities with skills that they can actually turn into products. Tell me more about that experience at Bulawayo Poly, and how soon did you finish before you went into business?
So whilst I was at school, I was already, during school holidays, I'll go, my mom comes from Kezi, a Mopane area, which then breeds Madora.
Mopane worms.
Mopane worms, yes. So during my free time away from school, away from college, I will join her and we'll go together, Kumusha, and I will join in the hunting and gathering of.
So your mom was already in business, Nemadora?
You know, when I look at it, I realize that yes, she was, but back then we all saw it as it's just something she's doing to earn a living for her kids. But when I look at it, you know, our moms, they were not really exposed, but I see that she already had the heart of an entrepreneur in her.
That's an inspiring story where a parent taught her daughter business without the daughter even realizing that this is business. It looked like survival, but entrepreneurship was already there because they were bringing solutions to problems that are already existing in this world. And one thing you need to know is that Maqimbi, Madora, or Mopane worms make billions for people in South Africa, Zimbabwe, and especially Matebele land. And I understand that they are now guarding it very, very sacredly. Yes. You can't just come from anywhere to do it. And many people look down upon these things, but this is where business people like her are coming from with African products and African solutions. So I would love to see your factory.
Okay, we can go.
Thank you so much.
So we've entered into the factory, our small factory. This is the dairy side of things. This is the dairy plant. Here, we've just pumped into our dead coding system, where we code the batch, the production batch, and its production date and its expiry date. So this is the cultured milk sachet I was talking about. This is the production line for the cultured milk sachet. So he's making ready for the milk sachet. So these are the starter ingredients. So we can leave him to finish off. We'll come back to him. We can be seeing what's happening on the other side. And then this is the labeling area for the prime line. Here, basically, they're sticking the labels to the containers.
Oh, yes.
Right, in preparation for packing. And then just to be sure that everything is clean, even though we would have removed it from closed plastics because we import our packaging. So just to be sure, after the labels have been stuck on there, we disinfect.
So that's disinfectant over
That's
there.
disinfectant. That's food grade disinfectant.
Right.
So we disinfect the containers and then they come here to packing. So here, this is where the packing happens. We pack per grammage. So I see right now they are working on the 1 kg containers. So here, the process begins here. So this is the mixer where we mix our curd. This is for the amasi.
And that is milk.
Yes, and this is milk.
You
So
said something to me that not everybody makes their amasi from milk.
Amasi is not, we're the only ones that have commercialized amasi to this level, because amasi in Zimbabwe, whilst it's always been there and always been available, it was never commercialized. So I was the first to work on that,
Wow.
on the commercialization of this product.
And
Because-
where are you getting the milk?
Okay, we get them, we contract farmers, we contract grow farmers.
You contract grow farmers?
Yes, we
So
contract
small
grow
scale farmers?
Yes, small scale.
Rural?
And then, yes, any farmer, as long as we can reach out to you. But even right now, we're working on a project with Chirumanzi farmers. We do our best to see, because the peasant farmers, they are many and they can produce a sustainable literage. So we're actually looking at setting up a small factory there because of the amount of demand we get from that area, Masvingo, Chifu.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Masvingo is our number one consumer of amasi hoteko. So we want to develop the Chirumanzi area farmers. So working with Trans DVC.
So you are in business, you are agro-processing and developing farmers all at the same
Yes,
time.
because without the farmers, there's nothing to process. So we go out of, first and foremost, we put in a lot to growing, encouraging, breeding, and keeping the farmers.
So you start here, then what happens next?
Okay, so this is just basically the packing after the initial stage. The initial stage, when the milk comes in, it's received by the receiving tank. It goes through the pasteurization line, which is the same line we also use to process the
The
lactose.
pasteurization line is where we came from at the beginning.
Yes. So it's pasteurized like from that tank through here, comes off through those tubes into the brewing tanks after it's
Which
been
one are the brewing
pressurized.
tanks? Those ones over here.
Yes, these ones over here. So this is the brewery. This is where we brew the what's it called, amasi. So from the pasteurization, it comes into the brewing tanks. We stand it overnight so that the temperatures go down to where we want them to go down to. And then the brewing starts.
All three are brewing tanks.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So naturally, the milk will separate itself, the water content, the curd content, and the cream content.
Aha, so you've got layers.
So the layers. So the curd, that's what we then take and dry into the drying. This is the drying room, the drying pans, where we dry. Inside there, that's where we dry the curd.
So where is water?
Yes.
And then your cream, what do you
Your
use
cream,
it?
the excess, we then use it to churn butter through that churner.
So you said that we then take the cream, we bring it here.
After we've done with
This
the
is your
line
what?
completely, excess cream
What do you call
with
it?
the churner, the butter churner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you make your butter, you make
Yes.
butter here.
Yes.
Tell me about
the excess
I love butter, so
Yeah.
tell me about butter.
Yeah. So butter is a process we do after we've packed all our zangefu, and then we see how much cream is left.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
So you don't put cream in the zangefu,
we do.
You do?
Yes.
right?
But we don't put all of it. So depending on our farmers, some farmers' milk has more butter content than it has the solids content. Some has got more solids than butter. So because I said our heart is to also grow dairy farmers, we take everyone's milk. Then we leave it to ourselves to see how to deal with the milk. To say, this one has given us too much butter. What will we do with the cream? It's given us too much butter fat. What will we do with that cream? We turn it into butter.
So your packaged product comes from there, then comes here. They fill up, and then from there, it comes
So
to here.
this is the packing. So
Oh, you even put a plastic
yeah, we
inside.
further protect because, like I'm saying, we keep it natural.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And then
so we
from
leave-
there to here.
Yes. Then from here into the refrigeration system. From the refrigeration system out for deliveries.
According to your product portfolio, where does this one stand in terms of your products that you're producing here?
This one is our number one.
So
Ever
this is
since
your
we've
cash.
started,
This is your cash cow.
we've never met demand from day one.
Now,
So-
now, listen to what she's saying. Sour milk. You can't meet demand
Yeah,
of sour milk
of our brand of sour milk.
because it's made from real milk.
Because the consumers just love it. It's the
Why
milk
do you
to
think the
have.
consumers love your product?
I think because we extracted the ancient recipe and we're keeping it.
Where did you
real.
get this ancient recipe?
From my grandmother.
Brilliant.